Hi, good evening. This is Colleen Bain from Enhanced Learning Skills for Kids. I can be found at www.els, the number 4, kids.com. And this evening we're going to go through a quick Q&A.
You will no longer hear beeps until someone else joins the conference.
That will be discussing the new Student Transformation System online group program using BrainSkills, and we based this, modeled it after our successful online Student Transformation System group program using the Brainware Safari that is presently going into their 6th week. So they've completed 5 weeks of the program, and it's been proven to be successful in the sense that the children are moving along through their brain training very well and staying motivated. The parents are very happy to have access to me with them for 12 weeks, and they also have access to each other, so they have a community of like-minded individuals going through similar situations. So it's proving to be a great support group for them. So tonight I just wanted to be on the line in case anyone else is joining and you want to speak up, or you can chat and ask any questions about this program so we can ensure that it is a fit for your child. In the meantime, what we're going to do is just continue on this and go through some of the background on the actual program and its components, and go from there. And just, if you have questions and I am speaking, again, you can feel free to use your chat. You have a dashboard on the side where you can actually go in and write your chat questions out there. I have everybody muted at the moment, so if you request through chat that you want your line open, I'll do that, and then you can ask online with an open mic. So the BrainSkills program is a great program as an option for brain training that's there to strengthen the underlying core cognitive skills that are needed for learning. And our core cognitive skills are usually grouped into like 6 or 7 major categories. But regardless of what the specific skills are, nor the categories, because that's a separate call on its own, what you need to know is that this BrainSkills program will help to strengthen all of the skills needed for learning across the curriculum in school. So I've listed out, the usual, which is the reading, the math, the science, the social studies, the writing, the test taking, and even preparation for your SATs. The program itself will provide on average a 3 to 4 year gain in your IQ or in the cognitive skill measures. The program will work wonders for children with learning disabilities, children that, I don't really like to use the term learning disabilities. I know people will be able to associate better with the specific terminology, but we usually speak in terms of children working with learning challenges or learning differences. Also for kids with ADHD and even children that are gifted. 2 ways to look at the gifted children. The parents will have the children go through the program just to ensure that they have the edge over a lot of the competition for children in the gifted area for scholarships and things like that. But then also some of the parents will have the children go through the program to ensure that they're not working too hard for all of their wonderful straight A's that they have, and that they can strengthen any skills that may not be strong across the board. The program itself works well for children ages 6 and up, so it does work well for adults. However, the focus of my programs work between K through 12. So I work through everything up until college. And on special request, I do work some adults and some kids going into college. So if you do have that situation, feel free to ask, and never turn anybody away, put it that way. But my main focus is around the K through 12 area. So with the program on BrainSkills itself, I'll be holding your hand through all of the 12 weeks for this group program. And what I'll basically let you know is we're going to set it up so that we're working in an intense manner, which is based off of the theory of neuroplasticity, in the sense that we want to brain train in a short period of time in an intensive manner using loading methodology. And all of that really means is making sure that your child's able to put the time on task, which is necessary in order for the brain to build new pathways, which is necessary for your child to process better, to retain and recall easier. And in order to accomplish all of that, your child needs to be able to attend and be actively engaged, and in doing so, they will then be able to work through the different levels of exercises. And in order to pass the different levels of exercises, your child's going to be strengthening the underlying core skills that are needed to get through each of these levels for all of the exercises. So the intense schedule is 1 hour a day for 5 times a week. However, when you start, you can meet your child where your child is resonating at the moment, meaning if your child is very frustrated, may take a long time for processing, and may get mentally fatigued quickly. In that scenario, you're not going to want to have your child working an hour a day for 5 days a week off the bat, right when you start the program. So you want to meet your child where your child is at, and perhaps start maybe 3 times a week for 30 minutes, and then work your child up to that intensive program protocol as your child is adapting to the program on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. Also, the program will come with a whole bunch of tutorials for yourself and as the parent coach, if you will, and then also for your child to go through so that your child can sort of sample some of the exercises, get a feel for what each of the exercises will be asking for, like the expectations of the program, and just sort of get accustomed to it. And then you as the parent will be able to go through some tutorials, understand sort of where the basis for each of these exercises. What's the main objective? What's the goal of getting through this exercise? What skills are being strengthened? How will this benefit your child and transfer into the actual classroom? So the program itself comes with a license, which provides you with 1-year access, and the 1-year access clock, quote unquote, starts from the time that you make your investment and you receive your program to start. So as soon as the investment's made and I actually purchase your license and get you going, that's your 1-year clock clicking away. So just remember that the program itself is set up to be completed in 12 weeks, meaning the online student transformation system. And in that intensive kind of protocol setup, you do gain a lot from the BrainSkills program to the point where for me to turn around and tell you you still have 9 months left to work through the program, you won't really need 9 months. What parents will do is if there are any exercises still left open after the 12 weeks, then they'll allow their child to every once in a while get on there and just continue to practice to try and complete whatever exercises may even be open at the end of our program after working together. And then the other thing is for the pricing for the BrainSkills program, when we have to go out and purchase licensing on top of or as part of that student transformation program that we're going to be doing online. If you have siblings that you want to join as well, we'll just make adjustments for that, and we'll work out the pricing with you. So the licensing itself for the BrainSkills provides a 20% family discount on second and extra programs. So with the BrainSkills demo, what I wanted to do is to go out and show you just what the BrainSkills program looks like in general. I provided a URL on screen here, so as a parent, you're able to reach to that URL and gain access to the first level of some of the exercises, not all of them. However, I was going to show you a demo going in as an admin so that you can see the entire dashboard of what the game will look like and how it will present for your child. So in here, you'll see the actual BrainSkills dashboard begin to load, and then you'll notice that we have 5 games on the left and 5 games on the right, so we have 10 games. Each game is set up to play for an active time, meaning interactive with your child. Your child has to actually be hitting keyboard, making responses, not just have the game sitting open on their computer. But it's set up to have an active timing of 6 minutes per exercise, and then it will close down. So it sort of times for you. It monitors your child's length in the program, length of time playing. So what I usually will let the parents know is you can have an option with the protocol of working for an hour a day just by using 10 exercises, 6 minutes apiece. That gives you 60 minutes. You have the option of doing like 5 exercises in the morning and 5 exercises at night, so you can break that protocol up so it's not too overwhelming to sit for the full hour. However, you'll find that most of the kids enjoy doing these exercises, so it's usually trying to get them off rather than getting them to stay on. So the different exercises, again, you can go through yourself for the tutorial that you'll receive, and then also through your demo through the other URL that you can get to, which is brainskills.com/intro.html. But here's attention arrows, and in this game you're going to be working directionality, some distractions, processing speed. Basically all of these skills, all of these exercises are going to work, all of the underlying skills. So I won't repeat them through everything, but as you go through your game and you start clicking on the exercise, then you'll see the directions come up. You can play the audio so it can read to your child. And then when you say OK, you have an option here to still go through, ask for the instructions to come up again in case you missed them. And then you can just go ahead and start, and it will start what you need to do. So on here we're just basically pressing, the arrows for the direction it's supposed to go in. I'll just show you what it looks like. So you would just click on your keyboard, and then it would keep track here. I'm not clicking, obviously, so it's just telling me how many wrong. But it would monitor and keep track for you. And then the pattern group is going to give you patterns, obviously, and then you have to find the missing piece. And then you have tap beat, and tap beat's going to be doing a lot of things with keeping in rhythm. And the importance here is being able to get your brain in rhythm. It helps for processing more fluently in the brain, for the retaining and the recalling, and for the organization in the brain. So that will take you through 8 different levels of the tap beat. And then sound analysis is really great for the kids that have auditory processing, auditory analysis kind of weaknesses. And this will go through sound to code, and it will take you through to a certain portion, if you will, of doing those complex codes for the kids where we're doing vowel combinations of like an OA together. So for example, I'll just show you what it looks like. This is the very basic of one-to-one. So the game itself will say this sound and then provide 3 codes, and then your child needs to select the code that matches the sound that was made. So it works up to some of the beginning complex codes, if you will. Okay, so this is delayed math, and in here this uses what's known as an N, like N as in Nancy, N-back technology. And what's good about that is, it's sequential, but it's also forcing your child to do a little bit more complexity as far as remembering the last bit of information with some distractions. So on this game, what you have to do is they'll give you a number, and then they'll give you, one is our first number. They're going to give us another number, and then what we have to do is remember our last number. So this is our first number. Let me see if I can start it for you. That was our last number now, 1, because our answer is 2, so we say our answer, but we have to remember the last number. So 3 and 1 is 4. So it makes you remember the last number it gave you. So we'd have to add 2 to the last number it gave us. And it just takes some practice, but the kids will get it, and it goes up in complexity and some more challenges. The visual puzzle is one of the favorites for the kids. And what that does is it has a big puzzle, and then it breaks up into different pieces. So here's your big puzzle, breaks up into pieces, and then your child has to be able to form it back into place where it should be within the certain time frame that they're given. And then the comprehension figures, it will actually speak to your child if your child can't read yet. So here's the sound. So you click it to sound on and hit start, and it reads to your child. And it will give directions, so it will read this out loud to your child. And then you have to find the house over the elephant and just say yes. So it's language processing, making sense of the directions coming through, comprehending the language. Visual golf's another popular one for the kids because they get to play golf and have fun while they're doing it here. So you see the plain green grass, and what it does is it makes you take a visual snapshot, and then it goes away, and then you have to blindly find your way to have the golf ball make its way into the hole without hitting any of the distractions along the way. And there's different distractions that show up as you go through different levels. And then memory match. This is a picture of our Einstein, and what this does is it changes as it goes through different levels, but you'll be challenged on where it's located, like which of the tic-tac-toe board, if you will, like which square is it located in and what position was it located in. So we know for the beginning level, this was our, oh, I hit it wrong, hold on. We have to find the right color and which square it was in and the right Einstein face. So in here we have just this, so you have to watch the face, watch the color, and know which square you're working in. So we know right now level 1, it's pretty easy to follow that, and then you just click which Einstein it is. And that was like a really quick intro just to give you an idea. I mean, you get more idea of what's going on as you go through the program. And then to administer the program, you'll have a little bit of a different look on your end, but it's basically the same. You'll have all your core modules, and you'll have a date when your child started, and all of these numbers will obviously be filled in, like how many levels they pass out of the total number of levels, what speed are they on, what level exactly are they on, and whether or not they're active. So this would all be explained to you as well in the online program. I would be doing this portion of the dashboard weekly, and I would be monitoring your child online and then going over progress with your child each week. So the way the breakdown for the student transformation system would flow is that basically we would start off together. We would have a secure online collaborative workspace for our entire group, which means you don't have to look all over your email for anything. You can go to one place, search around, find what you need, all of our resources, any kind of reports, our communication, everything would be stored in one place. And we would start off with making our program, our training, being a priority. So I'll help each of the families create time on their calendars and prioritize to make a routine set up, nice and easy. And then we work into setting goals for our program. So, what's the reason why we started on BrainSkills, and what are you looking to see and hope for changing for your child once this program's completed? And then if your child is working with a tutor or teacher over the summer, we'll reach to them as well to get a goal that they would like to see strengthened. And also then we move into, just working together through the program, having some cognitive tips and strategies to help get through all the different levels. And halfway through the program, we'll start to work on tutoring to reintroduce what was once difficult. Because theoretically, right, we're going in to strengthen the ability to learn. So we need to take a look at what we were once having challenges with and to ensure that we're able to get through it now, and whether or not we need some additional tutoring or strategies to be able to do that. So not only to understand that for your child that they now have stronger skill sets to be able to get through what was difficult, but do they know how to engage these skill sets as well? And do they need to understand sort of an approach to tasks? Since they've been compensating for so long, they've never really been able to do a particular, let's just say, like a comprehension approach, right? They've been compensating for so long, so they've never been successful with comprehension. So do they know how to comprehend? It's those kind of approach to task things we take a look at as well and provide that for your child. And then we make sure that everybody is seeing the right things they're supposed to be seeing. They're all in agreement that the performance is there, not only objectively but subjectively. And then we close out of the program with next steps, because it's a continuous journey with your child. So we get you to the point of where you're pretty much closing that gap, bridging the gap, closing it to becoming an independent learner. And then we continue with recommendations for your child once this program has ended. And then the things that you would be looking for, with the program, some of the sort of bonuses for your child. You would have a pre and post assessment, so you would know what those objective measures are before you start and then after you're done. And your child will receive a certificate of completion. It's like a certificate of graduation for getting through the student transformation system. And then, just different little things for encouragement along the way. And then as a parent, you'll have access to my weekly e-zine, so you will be able to keep in touch additionally beyond just our program. And then just different things where you may have supplemental resources. So if your child's going through the program and really, really struggling in certain areas, I'll be able to help guide you as to what you can do to help get your child through that level. And if your child needs more help than just working on the level, they may need to be able to build their skills up just a little bit before they can get through the level. So we want to try and help them do that instead of just letting them struggle on the level and getting frustrated and shutting down. So the program start date is targeted for July 7th, and there'll be weekly webinars. It'll be similar to what this is right now, where we'll get on each week, and I'll have some tips and strategies and things like that to take you through. So you'll have some visuals on the screen as we're talking, and then as a group we'll be able to talk and discuss per child, and then per any challenges in the game, and just keep moving forward. And like I said, I'd be monitoring the child weekly as well. So it works out really nicely. And then you get to meet some new friends along the way too, because you'll have a group of parents in the same kind of situation. And then also you'll have access to one-on-one 30-minute online coaching session. About halfway through the program is about the time, just trying to help the children continue to move. So build up the skill set for a certain portion, and then we want to take them even forward more so than when they obviously started the program. With stronger skill set, we want to sort of help them take a leap forward, and sometimes the kids need just a little additional motivation to keep going because they're working up against some of their weaknesses, and the game is designed to continually challenge as the children are passing these levels. And again, theoretically, they would have the skill set to continue to move on with time on task for this game, but it's sometimes it just helps for me to do a meet and greet with your child and then provide the motivation, encouragement, and strategies to help them push through a level or two. And the targeted end date would be in October, so you'd have plenty of time to begin integrating these skills back into the next school year, kicking off August or September, depending on where you're located. There is a 7-day refund available, so you can try this group program for 7 days. If for any reason after the first week this isn't for you, it's not working for your child, you can just let me know and your money will be refunded. And you do have opportunity to write the program investment off on your taxes. I'll provide you information with that as well as to how do you do that and how do you qualify. So here's information for you to go ahead and register. Gain your spot. It's just my website, elsforkids.com pages, and then brainskillsgroup.html, and you'll be able to do that. So if there's any other questions, let me know. Nobody's speaking up, so I don't want to keep you on the line either. If there aren't any further questions, I'm glad I was able to clarify some things for everybody. And if you still have questions before you're registering, go ahead and give me a call, or you can email me at colleen@els4kids.com. All right, so with that, I'm going to end the call. Thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the BrainSkills group program. Thank you.